Okay, this is Center 5, the last center in our seed dispersal discussion in our adaptations unit for ELF this year. And this center is called Seed Survival and Adaptation. I'd start with this nice drawing poster that somebody drew here, and it kind of explains what we're trying to do in this center. At the bottom there's a nice picture of a sunflower here, and it's got a little seed that fell off of it and fell right beneath the flower there, the parent flower. And the parent is saying, it's good to be me, but the little new seed doesn't get its fair share of things like sunlight and nutrients. And it says, where's my fair share? So this poster at the top can say, what are ways that seeds can get out of this situation where they can get their fair share of nutrients, sunlight, and water that might be hogged by the parent plant if they just fell off and landed and tried to grow right next to the parent plant. So can seeds walk? Can they swim? Can they fly? These are all adaptations that the plant may have made, the seed may have made, in order to get itself to a place where it can grow and flourish. Of course, that's what we're talking about with dispersal. So in here you'll find a whole bunch of different ways to show the kids the different points around seed dispersal. There are some cards that just describe, for instance, or define adaptation. What is a seed? What does a seed need to grow? So you can talk about the basics and how do seeds travel in here. There are example cards of plants that get dispersed in different ways. So for instance, there's an animal here where you can talk about that. A plant that flies on the wind to spread the seeds. Ones that just might drop by gravity and or float, etc. So you can talk about the different dispersal methods. And then there are some additional cards that give you background and more information about each type of dispersal. So by water, by gravity, by force, or dispersal of seeds by animals. And they give other pictures of plants that get dispersed in those ways. For instance, seeds dispersed by animals, it shows the dates or the tamarind, things that are eaten and dispersed, and or the seeds are carried as the animals are carrying the fruit around and eating them and dropping them. And then it has in here a sheet that the kids can try to guess what way the seeds will be dispersed from different plants. So again, several different sheets to talk to the kids about the different dispersal methods and why those plants have adapted in order to be able to be dispersed in different ways. And then finally we have a little creative, crafty type activity here. And it comes in two different types depending on the age of kids. So the first one's called an Adapt a Seed sheet. And basically it has a sheet here with a little seed on it. And there's a front and a back to this page. And the kids can take a seed and draw an adaptation of their own, get creative about ways that this seed might adapt to travel in different ways or be dispersed in different ways. So for instance, this bottom one says, draw adaptations to help me fly in the wind. So the kids can get creative about adding wings or turning it into a helicopter. The older kids could also write about what they drew or their idea in order to use some of their other skills in order to do that activity. And obviously they can take those home. They put their name on them either that day or in their Friday folder. And the other one is a design your own seed sheet, which might work better for older kids to get creative. And instead of having just the seed drawn on there, gives them just a blank canvas to draw something that they think could be a flyer or a meal for an animal, a sticker, or a floater. And there are a couple cute examples in here about those different kinds that people have done. For instance, a floating surfing seed here that says surfing for survival. There's a flying seed, superhero flying seed here, just to get the kids started on their creative mind about what their seeds might do in order to be dispersed in these ways. So hopefully they have fun with that, and it'll give them something to put in their folder and get creative about and talk to their families about what they learned around seed dispersal in our adaptations unit. So hope you have fun with this ELF unit, and if you've got any questions, email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com.